So here it is, the brand new Paco Rabanne fragrance. This is Invictus Parfum. This seems like it was released a little bit out of order. The parfum trend is not as recent as the elixir trend, but nevertheless, here is a soapy violet, cashmeron, and sandalwood fragrance with a touch of lavender. I'm looking forward to giving you my thoughts on this brand new release, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my video on the brand new Paco Rabanne Invictus Parfum, this one has a bit of a more angular presentation. It actually looks quite nice. I'll tell you all about it, the notes, the smell, performance, longevity, all that good stuff. But before I begin, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content and if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, of course, if you are familiar with Invictus by Paco Rabanne, you know it has that bright minty appeal, usually on account of the note of bay leaf, which contains eugenol, which is also found in clove. And a lot of the Paco Rabanne fragrances have an overdose of tonka bean. So it's this aquatic, oceanic, slightly minty, sweet tonka bean thing that is happening, and that kind of seems to be a motif among them all. Of course, with Victory and Victory Elixir, it took it in a bit of a darker direction. So of course there are nuances and subtle changes in the DNA, but this is the first of its kind where it actually took things in a soapy direction. Of course there's also lavender in here, so it's very youthful, gentlemanly, aromatic, but you do also have the smoothness and the dry down on account of musk, cashmeron, and also sandalwood. So I'm super excited to give you my thoughts on this brand new release. I'll tell you all about the smell in just a little while. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. So as soon as this fragrance opens up, yes, indeed, you will get that Paco Rabanne DNA, right? So it is in here, it's residing within this fragrance. There is going to be that connection to be drawn to the original Invictus, but right away, you will immediately notice that soapy quality that is present in here. And when I say soapy, yeah, for a lot of people, it's going to smell quite literally like a bar of soap. So here's the thing. I've always equated Prada fragrances with smelling like soap, whether we're talking about Prada L'Homme, Prada Infusion de Vetiver, Infusion de Iris, so on and so forth. So there are so many Prada fragrances that utilize iris that come across smelling soapy. This one doesn't have iris, but it contains violet. And the soapy note in here is something that actually reminded me of Chrome Legend by Azzaro. If you've ever tried Azzaro Chrome Legend, that's what this one smells like. As a matter of fact, many years ago, I had a friend, I still, have the privilege of calling a friend, and he wore that many years ago, and I'm talking about like a decade ago. So with this fragrance, yes, it did kind of remind me of Chrome Legend by Azzaro. It kind of has like that sweet, soapy quality about it, but it has that fulfilling aromatic component. And I'm going to be honest with you, my friend Chris lent me a bunch of samples recently, and my two favorites were Hugo Boss, the Scent Elixir, and this one. This one, I just love it because of its versatility. It's so bright and uplifting, and it has that complement factor because you can certainly smell that Invictus DNA in here, but that soapy lavender vibe, it's perfect for an office setting, perfect for a professional scenario. This one is really something to write home about. I really enjoyed this one. Now here's the thing, if you want super compliments, you got to go with Invictus Aqua. If you want something that is a bit more on the daring side of things, you have to go with Invictus Victory Elixir. So it all depends on what are your interests, what are your goals, what is the end goal, right? Why are you purchasing this fragrance? If you're looking for something that is clean, elegant, professional, something that can be worn in an office setting, will also get you compliments, but something highly inoffensive, please try Invictus Parfum. The sandalwood is not too sweet. I also do pick up on a little bit of tonka bean, even though I don't think it's formally listed in the note breakdown, but this one definitely has those agreeable elements to it and that familiarity that allows you to connect it back to the original. Definitely worth checking out. Please try this one if you have the opportunity to do so. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, in all honesty, the main comparison that I was able to make was Azzaro Chrome Legend. It does smell similar to that one, but no one seems to be talking about that fragrance anymore. So I think a lot of people will miss the opportunity to make that connection. But nevertheless, I really enjoy the way that this one smells. I love the versatility of it, and I do think it's mass appealing in so many ways. Longevity on this one is a good 7 hours on skin. I wore it the same day I purchased it, spent a few days subsequent to that wearing it, and I got a consistent 7 hours every single time, and I also do apply it on my clothing as well. Projection on this one, really good for the first hour. It radiated at an arm's length, not beyond an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 5, a skin scent right around hour 7. As far as the versatility is concerned, people will argue that it leans traditionally masculine. I think this one can be worn dressed up or dressed down. On account of that soapy lavender vibe, it's great for casual scenarios, I think. This one is perfect for the hotter weather. So spring and summer, and anybody of any age can enjoy this one. And as far as the bottle presentation is concerned, okay, the whole trophy thing, a lot of people have agreed is a bit kitschy, but I actually like the more angular look to it as opposed to the rounded off look. So this is the improved aesthetic, I would say. My final verdict on this fragrance is I'm enjoying this one. This is one of my favorite releases of 2024. I have to be honest with you, Hugo Boss The Scent Elixir is probably number 1. Le Male Elixir is probably number 2. That could all change, of course, and this is probably going to be in the number 3 or number 4 spot based off of the brand new releases. But nevertheless, thank you so much for watching. Have you tried this one? Drop your comment down below. Do you enjoy this one? How do you think this stacks up against the other Invicti fragrances? I'm always curious to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video or if you took anything of value from today's episode, let me know. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, give me a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.